Good morning, Whimsy Ray fans. This is Rachel coming at you this morning. If you haven't heard of me before, that's okay. I am, fairly new to YouTube. I am here in Wilmington, North Carolina. I am a textured mixed media abstract artist. I do portraits, self-portraits, drawings, charcoal, soft pastel, pencil, acrylic. The one thing I haven't done in a while is oil painting. And that's what I started out with, believe it or not, is doing a lot of oil paintings. I do various sizes of canvas, but I usually do contemporary or traditional canvas for my art, which means I use gesso and things of that nature to make sure that my art is preserved. So today, basically, what I wanted to do is welcome you to my channel, Whimsy Ray's Artistry. I have a website called whimsyraysartistry.com. There I have a shop, and I have various pictures and photos and things and items for sale. I am excited today to show you not only my textured art those are like my signature limited edition pieces. Those are my four fine ladies back here. And they are also on my website. They're 8x10s. And I am doing some mixed pours because my goal between now and June 30th of 2021 is to make 20 famous women, famous people that have influenced me throughout my lifetime, that my parents introduced me to. Mostly women that I kind of watched on television or were influenced by music. Or some other form, poetry, like Maya. I've already done Maya. It is sold, so I apologize if you're interested in Maya. She's gone, but I do have some remnants of photos of her. I believe that I have uploaded into my website so you can see that. I also did a video about Maya Angelou as well, just about the photo, and basically she inspired me as far as poetry goes, and just her courageous behavior about how she lived life and encouraged others to do the same. As I was growing up, it just really put a huge shine on a lot of things going on at that time, and that's the only way I can describe it. So today what I want to show you, since I'm already almost 3 minutes in, is my mixed pours. A lot of these are going to be backgrounds for some of my famous women that I've drawn. I am working on Vivica Fox right now, drawing her, and I'm just doing some details, and I'm going to add her to the canvas. So these are kind of like, I have videos that I'm uploading now and editing on my mixed pours that I've done. I had some great ideas, and then I looked at some of the other videos of other people that did mixed pours, and I was like, yeah, I messed up on that. So I'll show them to you. I'll put down maybe flukes or imperfections of mixed pours or things that it didn't turn out like I wanted it to. They're still pretty, but they're not the way I wanted it to turn out. As you can see on this one here, I used a lot of black, gray, blue, and I tried to use some yellow in there. The yellow got buried. I don't think I used gold in this one. I used mostly blue. One side I wanted it to be blue, and then the other side I wanted it to be like a smoky red, and I wanted them to kind of contrast each other, and then kind of veer off into a gray haze, so to speak. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that didn't turn out. The red definitely turned out beautiful. I wanted that smoky red look, as you can see. And the white patches are the gesso coming through from the canvas. This is a 16x20, and this is one of them. This is another one I did. And this one, because of the way I angled it on the table, on the patio, I let these dry very slowly because North Carolina weather is very moist and humid. So even in the spring, these dried very, very slowly, which was actually a good thing. And then I brought them inside and put them under my little ceiling fan. But here, if you can see, this one is where I added some gold, some Artesia gold. I love the Artesia gold. It came in a tube. It's about this big, and I'll show it on one of, I think I show it on one of my videos. It got buried. It got covered up, most of it. But this part here, and I love that smoky look that came about with it. And I was trying to go for that, like a marbly, kind of smoky, hazy look. And so the reason why a lot of it blacked out and grayed out is because, believe it or not, these were pours that I did, I guess you could say I was experimenting with the technique. I was trying to take I forgot, it was like a sink strainer or something like that. And like I said, I'll show it in one of my videos. But anyway, didn't turn out at all. This one, I wanted to define the lines. So I went back and forth with this one, with the yellow and the gray. Basically what this one was leftover paint from a pour, from one of the many pours I did. I did like 5 pours this day, and I just kept going. And I liked this one because if you can see the definition in those lines, that's what I was going for. So I kept taking the board and I kept like rocking it back and forth, and I only wanted it to go one direction, like this. So that's what I was doing with the mixed pour, and like I said, I might show it on the video. Some of this I blew with a straw, like down here, and some of these corners, I don't know if you can see, but I blew with a straw to make the lines more defined. And then of course I tried to edge the best I could with my fingers, you know, to make sure the canvas all the way around would be edged really well. And if you notice, some of my canvases are thinner and some of them are thicker. Well, this one here is not going to be one of the 20 famous people. This one is going to be something else down the road. But this one is my canvas that I'll probably do a separate video on. This is my signature where I use texture in this one. So that's definitely, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's got texture in just some particular areas. I might highlight that. That's where that Artestria gold comes into play. I used a lot of various colors in here, and I liked the black. I used Floetrol. I used pouring medium. I was just really experimenting with the different mediums in colors. So I basically took each color had a different mix to see how it would go. And as you can see here, there's little specks of gold coming through, and I love this part. This one's going to be the background for my tribute to Nina Simone, as I mentioned. And I apologize for the lengthy video, but I have a lot to show you today. This one is one of my absolute favorites. And the reason why is because the definition in the lines. So, and then there's red that's just peeking through and trying to leak out as it goes down. And then it flows in the direction of the paint that I lifted it, you know, the canvas. And again, my canvas table on the patio is not level because I believe the patio is not level. I think it kind of slopes down because, you know, it's supposed to, I think, to prevent flooding going into the apartment. But I like that because when it's drying, it's still moving slowly, ever so slowly. So I don't have to worry about like holding it up because I want it to have a direction. For me, I don't know, like I wanted it to have, my pours to have like some sense of flow and directions. Most of them tend to anyway, I know, but I don't know, like I want it to look different when it dries. I want to be surprised, I guess. I don't know. It's just my own technique, but I'm learning my own signature with mixed pours is what I'm trying to say. And as I learn, I'm finding that I like this. I like the very fine, oh, I like the very fine and smaller, tiny cells that come out. I don't necessarily like the big cells. So I'm learning to make my paint thinner. And as you can see, I added more here. And this is where I used some of like the paint that had already, I used in previous pours. That's why it's darker, it has more black in here. But again, this is the entirety of it as best as I can show you. So I like I said, this effect right in here. As you can see, there's definitely a nice separation and a division between the contrasting colors, and that's what I was looking for. So recording it, if I don't even show you all of it, it helps me to track what worked and what didn't in the video. So thank you very much for watching. I apologize for the lengthy video this morning, but like I said, I had a lot to show you. If you have any questions about the art that I do or would like to see me do down the road, hang in there. Let me do my 20 famous women. I'm down to 15 or 14 left. And I don't have too many more to go. My goal is to try to get them done way early because I'm getting more commissions and I'm getting backed up. So I've been trying to do a little bit of commissions and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, trying to keep myself from getting too overwhelmed and too burnt out. And I'm letting my customers know that I'm trying to do this project and, you know, that it may take some time. But, you know, so in essence, if you have something you want to talk to me about or show me or mention or comment on my YouTube channel, I also have a Facebook page, Whimsy Ray's Artistry. Is very much on Facebook. And believe it or not, I have more of a following on Facebook and on Instagram than I do on YouTube. I have a lot of views on YouTube, but not as many subscribers. And I have a lot more followers and subscribers and people that I interact with on a day-to-day basis, on a regular basis. So if you want to try to reach me there, you can too. And I do have a lot of art and videos that I post from YouTube onto there and back and forth, things like that. So since I'm already at length on this video and I'm about to go to work, I figured I might as well mention that. So today is Friday. I will probably try to post a new video on those pours later today or by the end of the weekend as I work through the weekend. So I apologize for the hoarse voice, but you know, it's in the morning. And again, my goal with sharing these videos and sharing my art, this is why I use my art as my microphone, so to speak. That's kind of like my new logo for Whimsy Ray's Artistry. And I have so many art ideas populating in my brain, and I have been writing them down and hope to share more with you on these mixed pours. I'm mainly kind of focusing on the background as a mixed pour because it saves me a lot of time. I'm able to get through those 20 famous women a lot quicker, and I'm able to focus on the art and the detail of the drawings a lot better. I figured out that worked better for me. You just have to figure out what works best for you when you're doing your projects. I know a lot of artists said don't crank out art on a daily basis. I know I don't. My finished products I've been doing by stages and showing you as I go along. Oh, and I also finished Etta James. I figured out what it was that I wanted to add to her. I'll have to share that with you on another morning video, so just stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel if you're interested in the type of work I do, the art I do. Like I mentioned, I do all kinds of different art except for sculpting, excuse me. I don't do sculpting, but I do a lot of work on canvas and on drawing paper, drawing pads, tablets, things like that. For those who are into doing art as a business, I would encourage you to, again, reach out to your local small business administration and check out any suggestions they may have. Just because they're not artists doesn't mean that they don't have great advice and suggestions for you to get you started and on your way. Also, I mentioned that in another video, SCORE is really good. There are a lot of retired volunteers of small business owners in large cities, and they really are amazing people. Their experience in what they do can help save you years. They can shave off years of heartache, headache, and frustration. They have done so for me, and I'm only saying that because I know it'll work for you. A lot of times in my descriptions and a lot of the videos that I've posted in the past, I have suggestions for people who are interested in starting their own art business at home. Check those out. And also, if you want to just order supplies and have them shipped to your home, check that out. A lot of the things that I use to make my art videos with, hey, I'm starting on a low budget, just little by little. So, you know, if you just want to start out small, which I strongly encourage you to do, and that's what most people do when they do a home business, take little bites at a time of things. Check out my descriptions in my other videos, and I'll try to post this in this one later down the road this weekend. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a great day.